Okay, this video is meant for my geometry students. We do have a quest coming up on Wednesday or Thursday, so this is a review of 7 problems, more algebraic. Remember the constructions, don't forget those. Watch the videos from my website, make sure you know how to do them. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this picture right here. If BE is equal to 2x plus 6 and DF is equal to 5x plus 9, find DF. And we look at this picture and see all these congruent markings, and we understand that B, C, and E are all midpoints. So B, C, CE, and BE are all midsegments. So this is a triangle midsegment problem. Okay? BE is the midsegment, DF is the third side. By the theorem, the midsegment BE is equal to half the third side. The other thing about the midsegment and its third side is that it is also parallel. So be aware of that. But that is something separate, not for this problem, just to remind you what the triangle midsegment theorem says. This is what we need to use right here. This is important. So we substitute 2x plus 6 equals half of 5x plus 9. And if I were you, I would not want to distribute the 1/2 because it makes these decimals. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. When I do that to the left side, everything doubles. Make sure you distribute that 2. So we get 4x plus 12 equals, and on the right side, the 1/2 and 2 cancel. And we get 5x plus 9. Subtract your 4x. 12 equals x plus 9. Subtract 9. 3 is x. So x here is 3. So now if they want df, you just plug it back in. So df equals 5 times 3 plus 9. df equals 15 plus 9, which is 24. Triangle midsegment theorem. Okay. Next, take a look at number 2. It asks, which school is equidistant from the subway stations at Union Square and 14th Street? How do you know? So on this picture here, the M's are the subway stations. So you have a subway station right here. I'm going to circle it. I won't put a dot. I'll circle it. And we have a subway station right down here at Union Square. And the question is, what school is equidistant from these two stations? Well, these are points. This is a perpendicular bisectors problem. A point on a perpendicular bisector is equidistant from the endpoints. Connect these 2 points. And now, can you visualize the perpendicular bisector running through those 2 points? Well, I can. It's 6th Avenue. Perpendicular, and it is a bisector. This side equals that side. So for a school to be equidistant, it has to be on this perpendicular bisector. So what school is on the perpendicular bisector? Right there. Coleman School. So if you want to be equidistant from 2 points, you are on a perpendicular bisector. 3. Find x, j, k, and j, m. And the important markings are here. We have an angle bisector. So let's say segment JL bisects angle KLM. So that means that J is equidistant from the sides of the angle. So this means that JK is equal to JM. This is the angle bisector theorem. Angle bisector theorem. So substitute. X plus 5 equals 2x minus 7. Let's subtract x. 5 equals x minus 7. Let's add 7. 12 is x. So when I plug it in to find JK, I do 12 plus 5, which is 17. And I don't even have to do JM, because I know JM is also 17. If you want to check, you can do that. 2 times 12 is 24. 24 minus 7 is 17. They should be the same. Alright? So in an angle bisector, J is equidistant from M and K where it hits the sides. And remember, has to be perpendicular. 4. Find the coordinates of the circumcenter of triangle ABC. Okay? So I'm going to draw a coordinate plane I'm going to graph these points. -4, 5, -2, 5, -2, -2. And here's my triangle. And you can see that you have a right triangle. For a right triangle, the circumcenter is going to be the midpoint of the hypotenuse. So remember that. So in this problem, we have to find the midpoint of the hypotenuse. The midpoint of the hypotenuse, the midpoint of AC. So in this case, the hypotenuse is AC. So to find a midpoint, we take the x's and add them together. So the x's of A and C are -4 plus -2. And then we take the y's and add them together. 5 plus -2. -4 plus -2 is -6. -6 divided by 2 is -3. 5 plus -2 is 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. This is where your circumcenter is going to be located. If you want to graph it, -3, 1, 2, 3, 1.5. And there we go. There's your circumcenter right there on your picture, midway across that hypotenuse. Only works for right triangles, remember that. Okay, 5. We have a triangle with y being the centroid. If y is the centroid, that means you have medians in this picture. And if you have medians, you have midpoints. X is a midpoint. W is a midpoint. Z is a midpoint. Okay? So they give us y, w is 9. Y, this is 9. And they want to know what is ty and tw. So yw is the short part of the median. Okay, tw is a median. So yw is the short part. It's equal to 1/3 the length of the median, tw. So yw is 9. That's 1/3 of tw. To get rid of 1/3, you times by 3. It's reciprocal. 27 is tw. So the entire length is 27. And now, to find ty, you can do it many ways, but I'm going to use the theorem that says that from the centroid to the vertex is 2/3 the median. So ty is 2/3 of 27. 2/3 of 27 is 18. And 18 and 9 make 27. It all should work out. So remember that 1/3, 2/3 relationship with the centroid and the medians. 6. List the sides of the triangle in order from shortest to longest. And in order to do this, we need to list the angles from shortest to longest. Right now we don't have all 3 angles, so find them using the triangle angle sum theorem. 45 plus 75 is 120. Subtract that from 180 and you get 60. So the missing angle right here is 60 degrees. So what I like to do is put them from smallest to largest, and then I will put the angles underneath it. Angle O, angle M, angle N. And now to list the sides in order from shortest to longest, you just pick the 2 letters that are not making the angle. So angle O is opposite of side MN, angle M is opposite of side NO, and angle N is opposite of side MO. And there is your shortest to longest order. Last. The lengths of 2 sides of a triangle are given. Find the range of possible lengths for the third side. So remember, this is that problem where if the third side is x, which we're going to let it be, x could be the longest side or 12 could be the longest side. But remember the shortcut. Subtract them, less than x, less than, and then add them. Shortcut, 4 less than x, less than 20. So x could be any number inside this range, not equal to, inside the range. So as an example, if x were, say, 17 feet, then your sides would be 8, 12, and 17. If you add the 2 smaller, they are greater than the third. 20 is greater than 17, that works. But if x was, say, 3, then you'd have you have 3, 8, and 12. If you add the two smaller, set it greater than the bigger, 11 is not greater than 12. So this would not be a triangle. Okay? So see how that interval, that range is very important. Make sure you know your constructions, look at your algebra, do your note cards, and we'll see you on Wednesday or Thursday. Thanks for watching.